here from Alder Avenue Middle School Library to present to you another First Chapters. This week I'm actually recording at school because we came back to school last week and I figured I might as well do it here in the library. So this week's choice is called Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life by James Patterson and Chris Tibbetts. Now, I like to suggest this to kids who like Diary of a Wimpy Kid but are ready to move on to a different series or something similar but a little bit more a higher reading level. It's very similar. James Patterson is an excellent author. He writes kids' books and adult books. So if you decide you like him, you can read him and just transition into being an adult with James Patterson. I really like him as an author. Okay, here we go. Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life. Chapter 1. I'm Rafe Kachadorian, tragic hero. It feels as honest as the day is crummy that I begin this tale of total desperation and woe with me, my pukey sister Georgia, and Leonardo the Silent, sitting like rotten sardines in the back of a Hills Village Police Department cruiser. Now, there's a pathetic family portrait you don't want to be part of, believe me. More on the unfortunate village police incident later. I need to work myself up to tell you that disaster story. So anyway, ta-da! Here it is, book fans, and all of you in need of AR points at school, the true auto-bio of my life so far. The dreaded middle school years. If you've ever been a middle schooler, you understand already. If you're not in middle school yet, you'll understand soon enough. But let's face it, understanding me, really understanding me and my nutty life, isn't so easy. That's why it's so hard for me to find people I can trust. The truth is, I don't know who I can trust. So mostly, I don't trust anybody, except my mom, Jules, most of the time anyway. So let's see if I can trust you. First, some background. That's me, by the way, arriving at prison, also known as Hills Village Middle School, in Jules's SUV. The picture credit goes to Leonardo the Silent. Getting back to the story, though, I do trust one other person. That would actually be Leonardo. Leo is capital C crazy and capital O off the wall, but he keeps things real. Here's some other people I don't trust as far as I can throw a truckload of pianos. There's Mrs. Ruthless Donatello, but you can just call her the Dragon Lady. She teaches English and also handles my favorite subject in 6th grade, after school detention. Also, Mrs. Ida Stricker, the vice principal. Ida's pretty much in charge of every breath anybody takes at HVMS. That's Georgia, my super nosy, super obnoxious, super brat sister, whose only good quality is that she looks like Jules might have looked when she was in the 4th grade. There are more on my list, and we'll get to them eventually. Or maybe not. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work out. As you can probably tell, this is my first full-length book. But let's stay on the subject of us for a little bit. I kind of want to, but how do I know I can trust you with my embarrassing personal stuff, like the police car disaster story? What do you like? Inside, what do you like? Are you basically a pretty good, pretty decent person? Says who? Says you? Says your rents? Says your sibs? Okay, in the spirit of a possible friendship between us, and this is a huge, big deal for me, here's another true confession. This is what I actually looked like when I got to school that first morning of 6th grade. We still friends, or are you out of here? Hey, don't go, all right? I kind of like you. Seriously, you know how to listen at least. And believe me, I've got quite a story to tell you. So that's the first chapter of Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life. Sorry, upside down. No, it wasn't. I always like books with short chapters because then if you have to get up and do something, it's no big deal. And I like this story. I like how I feel like he's talking to me when he reads it, when I read it. Okay, so I will have a follow-up activity for you. And I hope you all have a great day, and I hope you all find books to read.